Okay, so this morning's video is about how to upload and create a new album in Google Photos and then share that album with other people. Just for the purposes of doing this morning, I'm going to break this into several steps. When I say that this is the end of the step, you can pause the video and perform those steps and then press play to move on to the next step. So the first step is going to be to open Google Videos or Google Photos. You can find that on your iPhone by doing a search, but I know where mine is, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to Google Photos and open. Google Photos is this one right here. It's the one that looks like the little wheel, multicolored wheel, and it says Google Photos. So I'm going to open Google Photos and I am going to go to Photos. Now I happen to be in Photos already, but if I wasn't in Photos, I would click this little icon right here and select Photos, and that's the end of step one. So if you want to pause the video, and then you can continue when you're ready. Okay, the next step is to create the album that you want to create. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the little plus sign that's located up here in the right hand corner. So I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to say I want to create an album. So when I create an album, I'm going to select a couple things, and you can select movies or you can select videos or whatever, and then when you're ready you just hit done. So I'm going to hit done. Now when I've done that, that is the end of the next step, and you can go ahead and perform that step and then come back when you're ready. Okay, the next step is to name the video and to also then share the video. So I'm going to name this, and I'm going to call it Lloyd's album, and we'll call it Lloyd's album number 3. Okay, so I've created Lloyd's album number 3, and all I do to do that is create done. Now if you want to pause while you go ahead and name your album, that's great, and I will be back with you in just a sec. Okay, the next step, which is a step we all wanted to do, which was to share the album. So now we want to go and we want to share the album with someone. So to share the album, we simply hit the up arrow up here. And when we share the album, we're going to have multiple options. We can do a message, we can do mail, you can put it on Facebook if you want and let anybody see it. You can do a number of things with it, but for the cases of what I'm doing now, I'm simply going to message it to myself. So I'm going to say message, and I'm going to say Lloyd Chumbley, and hit send. Now, that is the end of sharing the album. I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens to the person who receives this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at my message that I received, and when they get this message, they're just going to get a link that they can just click, and there they can now see the album and download pictures and do other things. So that's how you share an album or create an album and share it using Google Photos.